Hello, it's me again. February 24th of 23. Today I was supposed to be going to Idaho and hauling a load of lumber down there, but the paperwork never got made available there in time yesterday, so I'm taking the day off here. It's nice and sunny out here at the place up here at the lake, and a little bit on the chilly side though. It's 10 below. Colder than a witch's tit, for God's sakes. But anyway, we're going to move on over here to the D6 and we'll show you what we got in store for the afternoon here. We got ourselves a new belt for the starter drive on this shiv here to the flywheel over there. This will be the third belt that I bought for this machine. The original one, when I bought, just was so old and rotten, it just blew up on me. So I took a guess and I got this here belt, and it ends in 495, and I understand that that means 49.5 inches long. So it's a little bit on the, it does work, but it slips. I can't tighten it up any tighter on the adjustment for the belt tightener. So I went and got this belt, 2 inches shorter. It's last 3 digits, 47. I'm going to call it 47.4. So it's just over the 2 inches. But it was too tight, and it didn't like that environment. So when I started it last time, it just curled up, rolled over, and left. So that was not going to work. So now I've got this one ending in 480. So it's 48 inches long. So we're going to get after installing that on the machine. Hopefully it'll tighten up and be the right size. Third try is the charm. Okay, well that rolled on there really nice. It's went inside onto the drive pulley, onto the flywheel, and then over here in this adjustment, it's only half through, so, and it's a fairly nice tightness. So it'll probably wear on a little bit, and I'll have to tighten it up a little bit, but there's a lot of adjustment left there. So next step is I'm going to get that dash that's over the top of the engine. I'm just going to slide that down into place, bolt that down, get that dash with a couple of gauges bolted to the dash, and then get this big old girl on there. Air breather goes on the intake manifold there after the dash goes on, and then throttle linkage, and then it'll be ready to start up. But I'm not going to try to start it today because it's below zero, like 10 below, and no use just starting it up just to try it out. It's not going to get hot enough. Maybe wait till the next day or a couple days when it's a little warmer to start it up, because I want to move it around and push myself into the embankment back behind this house there, pull the blade off, and back up from the A-frame, turn it around, because I want to be able to undo the tracks, flip them over frontwards. As you can see, this track on this side, it never got worked over last spring. Just the far side, new rollers, etc., etc. So when I get this thing started up or position it, get it ready to pull this frame rail off is the next plan. Well, there we have it. Got everything back on. Just finally got that air breather. That's a heavy thing. Bolted that in place there. It's a good thing I do have these new handles on all these levers. It sure saved a lot of maybe damages to my midsection. But anyway, the dash is in place, air breather, belt's tightened, everything's good to go. I don't have the hood on yet, but as mentioned, I believe I mentioned I do have the cork gaskets and the tabbet covers. And we will start this up tomorrow. I left the hood off on purpose. I want to get the electrical tester going and see what's going on with that generator. It's a 6-volt generator. Just want to see if we can generate some voltage, and hopefully I'll buy a new, oh, it looks like there is a 6-volt in there. So hopefully that's gonna work to experiment with the sourcing out the problems with the generator, get her to charge. At the same time, I'm gonna, I don't know where I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put a ignition switch probably off to the back here. There's already a hole there. So I'll just make it bigger, put the ignition switch turn on and off, so then it should start working on the, like showing a negative charge on that amp meter over here. I know the amp meter works. But anyway, a little bit more to do on the old girl here, but we'll start her up tomorrow. Okay, bye for now. Hey, so it's the next day at this cat, and I was going to start it up this afternoon here, but I've been waiting around all day, and it just started snowing this morning, and it's not let up, so I'm not going to bother starting it up at all there today. Might as well start it up tomorrow. Maybe it'll be stopped snowing, but at least I'll push some snow out of the yard here. It's snowing pretty heavy. I did, though, while it was snowing, just did a couple of odd things here. I put a little bit of an ignition switch in this hole. I bored it out a little bit with a drill and a rat tail file. Got that ignition in. This is not actually the right key for this particular ignition. I got to wiggle it around. If I had a little bit more patience, I might be able to get it, but it's not the right key at all. But, well, it is the right key, just not keyed for that ignition, or something's wrong with the ignition. Got to wiggle it around to turn it on and turn it off. It turns off easy, but you got to wiggle it around. So, like my brother would say, it's some kind of a doofer outfit. It'll do for now. That's all I basically did. I did get the booster cables out and getting ready to start this thing. Then I realized we're out of gas, so I ended up just going into town and get some jerry can full of gas and another jerry can full of diesel. So I got some on hand here. So we're just going to let her snow for the rest of the day and overnight, and maybe get back on her in the morning. Well, it's the next morning, and I'm looking out my front door here at the overnight snowstorm we had. Quite a bit of snow here. It's a good thing I waited till today to start up this whole cat and do some plowing, because there's some plowing to do. This is what we're looking at here this morning. I don't know, it's probably a foot deep on the deck here. So my shovel is over there underneath that mound of snow in the corner. That's my stationary international engine. It's all buried up. I'll go get my shovel, and we'll start shoveling off the deck and work our way over to the cat and clean off the pickup truck, move it out of the road. Okay, it's time to start at it, I guess. We'll find our snow shovel so we can make a path out to the tractor. As you can see, I'm going to call it a foot deep. I know people, they think I'm like a fisherman. I exaggerate the actual depth of it, but you know, a 6-inch fish gets to be like about a 2-foot prize winning catch, but I think we're at a good foot deep. Okay, we'll get the airbrush going. Get down there and dust off the pickup truck and the cat. A lot of snow on the truck here this morning. As you can see, probably a foot deep. I was gonna use the airbrush, but yeah, it's a little bit too deep for that. So we'll push it all off first, and then get the airbrush on her, get the dust off. Okay, now we'll get the big part of the snow off where we got to maneuver here to start this whole cat up. Hopefully it's going to start, because we're going to be giving it a little bit of a workout, that's for sure. We're just going to do a little bit of blowing here because I don't have much gas in it and I don't have any pre-mixed available. So we'll just do the best we can. Perfect timing. We got a YRB, the highways department, is going to plow the road here. Just getting himself lined up there. He's spreading a little bit of sand and he's going to plow my road out for me, and all I got to do is plow the yard out. Go out past the ridge that he's going to leave and push it all off to the side. I believe he's going to go by for the last pass there and get him going down the road there, plowing her out. Those guys do a good job. Okay, we'll try to start the thing. I just put some gas in it, checked the oil, everything's good that way. We got oil pressure. We'll let it run for a few minutes. Just cranking over, warming things up. Yeah, I believe we'll need this. So far my crankshaft seal is not leaking, and my belt is working on the starter, so that's a plus. I put my dash for the oil pressure line was rubbing on the governor linkage over there. That's why I was slow turning and seemed like it was working hard. There she's turning and smoking. Okay, let's see if we can get the pickup out of the road here without getting stuck. Put it out on the road where the highways department plowed it out, and we'll get the cat running around in the yard here and plow this yard clean. So far so good. We're not stuck yet. Gonna make her just fine. Just walking back into the yard. This here is quite a grade. I'm gonna call it probably at least a 10% grade on Saddleview Road. Definitely a four-wheel drive needed. Wintertime driving. And here's our big plow ridge. We'll clean all this up. It's going to take quite a while. You can see how deep the rut is. It's not dragging the undercarriage of the pickup truck, but it's right there. Actually, yeah, it is dragging the bits here and there, the underneath part of the truck. So it's a good foot or so, and it's still coming down. We'll get that old 6 running, or it is running, but we'll get her moving around and start pushing this snow out of here. got it parked up there in that little hideaway spot there, ready for taking the blade off and turning it around. Did a bunch of plowing out here in the yard. Got her. It's not as neat as what I would like, but yeah, it's good enough. Good enough for the boys we hang out with. And got a couple of bump outs for turning around the pickup truck, or if somebody comes along, they can turn around and get out of here. Another bump out over there. And then, of course, the road, I got it, I backbladed it down there through the entryway there and knocked that plow furrow down there that the highways left there and pushed that off. So we'll be able to get out of here first thing in the morning, going to Idaho. Okay, we'll catch up to you again. Before I shut it down in its little cubby hole here, I plowed out a area where I can just unhook the blade and back up, turn around at a later time. I'm just going to leave her in a running condition there. Never know if we're going to get any more snow. But I did take the voltmeter to this generator and alternator. This post is throwing out 7 point whatever volts. And then this one here is 2 point whatever volts. And this one here up here is 6 point whatever volts. So I'm going to have to take that regulator off to see what's going on in there, and maybe some sticky points, or maybe I got it hooked up wrong. I don't know, but still haven't got any voltage showing on the amp gauge up there. And yeah, well, we'll just go with that. We'll have to look into it.